So when you hear people talk about cloud computing, you'll typically hear about it one of three ways: infrastructure as a service, or IaaS; platform as a service, or PaaS; or software as a service, or SaaS. And what kind of model you use kind of depends on what it is you're looking for. And you may in fact find that you're going to use a hybrid model that sort of spans all of these out there. But basically, to understand them, it's helpful to start out thinking about managing your own software and your own data on your own servers on premise, right? And so if that's what you're doing, you're responsible for the entire stack, all the way down to the cooling and the power in the server rooms, the networking, the cable, and the fiber that's running through the walls. If you're virtualizing, what's your virtualization layer? What operating systems are you running? What middleware do you use? What languages? What platforms, etc. All the way up to the data and the applications itself. That's all your responsibility. You have to manage that entire stack. As you look at moving into cloud services then, or just cloud computing, what you're really saying is, I just want to outsource some of that stack. I don't want to be responsible for that whole stack. I want to let somebody else deal with part of that, right? And so with infrastructure as a service, you say, okay, well, I really want my cloud vendor to provide the stack for me up to the virtualization layer. You just give me an environment in which I can deploy my own virtual machines, but then I'll deal with everything from the machine up. I'll still pick the OS, I'll still manage the security and the patches and all that good stuff. I'll install the runtimes in the middleware, and I'll manage the data, and I'll manage the application. But you're still taking on a fair amount of management, right? You still have to maintain those virtual machine images, etc., and their state. With platform as a service, you say, hey, look, I really just want to focus on my code and my data. And platform as a service is really great for devs, right? Because I don't want to have to deal with installing virtual machines. I don't want to have to deal with patch management and updating them and all that good stuff. I just want an environment where I can run my code. You take care of everything up to that point, right? So with platform as a service, you're saying, I want my cloud vendor not only to provide the virtualization layer for me, but to manage it for me. And then all I have to do is sort of ship my code up, and they'll deploy it into the systems on my behalf. The final one, software as a service, is I don't want to deal with any of it. I just want to subscribe to the service, right? Office 365 is a great example of that, right? You still own your data, and you're still responsible for putting the data in, but you don't have to go out and create the platform or manage the platform or anything like that. Right? So typically you'll find that as an organization, you're going to sort of be in one or all of those different cloud computing type scenarios. So when